St. Gallen, the center of eastern Switzerland's textile industry, has also had a major influence on the history of nearby Appenzell. This pre-alpine region at the foot of the Sentis Peak has always demanded tremendous effort from its inhabitants. Agriculture alone has long ceased to provide a means of living in Appenzell country. That's why, since 1800, weaving or embroidery was carried out in almost every house. More and more, the people of Appenzell country developed into artists with needle and thread. Their finely crafted fabrics and magnificent pieces of embroidery were almost exclusively destined for foreign markets. By doing such work in their homes, a large part of the population was able to enjoy a life of considerable independence. And this independence is certainly one of the reasons why the region has so far been able to hold on to its original character and keep up its lively traditions. The annual Ascent to the Alp takes place in early summer. It's one example of the traditional attitudes of Appenzell's farmers. On this festive occasion, they wear their best traditional costume and proudly show off their possessions in an orderly procession. Images and sounds that have hardly changed. An impressive, timeless ritual and evidence of the respect the people here have for their animals and for nature. A small alpine cheese dairy in the middle of Alpstein. The Zen, a combination of herdsman and dairyman, makes cheese the way his forefathers did, to a recipe handed down from generation to generation. Today, Appenzell cheese, which is known well beyond the cantonal borders, is a byword for quality and distinctive flavor. Making cheese high on an alpine pasture has become a rarity. Times have changed here too, but perhaps more slowly than elsewhere. Appenzell country is a good example of how the best things come in small packages. It's a region in which there's much to discover, a region in which the people still take time to nurture friendships and enjoy themselves. The Hierig, a traditional pantomimic dance, is part of every herdsman's festival held during the summer months. Well-maintained hiking trails invite visitors to experience the marvelous diversity of nature, and a cable railway brings them to the top of the Sentis, which is at an altitude of more than 8,200 feet. Rest and relaxation in the middle of alpine scenery. Time to breathe, time to live. Back to the valley on foot, or for those who prefer it, by cable car from the Kronberg, the Ebenalp, or the Hohenkasten. Gentle hills enfold the small town of Appenzell. The festival of Corpus Christi is a very special day for the half-canton of Appenzell-Innerrhoden. Devoutness as well as history and landscape have molded the people here. In honor of the Blessed Sacrament, the women put on their special festival costume. Its delicate embroidery recalls the time when Appenzell hand embroidery was held in the highest esteem throughout the world. Prayer, music, and intercessions in the open air. A day very much under the influence of the Catholic Church. The procession of believers includes the government and representatives of the cantonal court. Each traditional costume, uniform, and standard has a special meaning. This important religious festival comes to a close with the blessing in the parish church of Appenzell. For 3 centuries, hermits inhabited Wildkirchli, a place in Appenzell country that even today has a mysterious air about it. Excavations in the Wildkirchli cave have yielded discoveries dating as far back as the Old Stone Age. This gigantic rock face once provided our ancestors with protection from wind and weather. Today it offers a challenge to climbers and towers impressively above the Escher Mountain Inn. At the same time, the area is a paradise for hang gliding enthusiasts from far and wide. Appenzell Country, with its attractive hotels and culinary specialities, could have been created especially for gentle, non-intrusive tourism. Its countryside has a particular appeal in any weather and at any time of the year. Making dulcimers in a small workshop near the town of Appenzell. The feeling for craft work and the love of their own music seem to be in the blood of many inhabitants of Appenzell Country. Both evolved slowly out of a long tradition and are expressed in numerous religious and community festivities, but also in everyday activities. Preparations for a very special occasion, Silvesterklausen or New Year Mummers. This traditional winter event clearly demonstrates the devotion and deep feeling with which customs are cherished here. The roots of this mysterious masked custom are buried deep in the past. What takes place here in the entire Appenzell hinterland at the turn of the year, and in the Urnesch Valley on the 13th of January, based on the old Julian New Year, is a unique visual and oral experience. Appenzell Railways carries passengers out of the fog and into a bright winter landscape of deep snow. Here there's time to relax in peace and quiet, far away from the noise and bustle of the large ski resorts. One will find everything one could possibly want: good restaurants, cross-country skiing courses, and downhill runs. Here especially, one can take the time to give and receive hospitality. And all of this takes place against a magnificent natural backdrop. Another special feature of Appenzell Innerrhoden, the Landsgemeinde, an open-air political assembly and voting ceremony, and for many Appenzellers the most pleasant and meaningful day of the year. Here the people of Appenzell Country gather together in the town center, vote on the various items of business, elect their government, and together with their representatives, formally swear the Landsgemeinde oath of civic responsibility.
Wie es mir vorgelesen und eröffnet worden ist, das will ich wahr und stets halten.
Appenzell Country, a special region with special people. Here imaginative new ideas are encouraged. At the same time, the tried and tested are cherished and upheld with great sensitivity. The people of Appenzell country are right to be proud of their countryside and their gradually evolving way of life. There's hardly another part of Switzerland where the visitor can enjoy such a wide variety of experiences in such a small area and in such a unique ambience of peace, timelessness, and beauty.